Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. This is the part 3 of a video based on solving the university question paper of May 2019 for all the TYBFM indirect tax paper, also known as the GST or goods and service tax. We have already solved question number 2 in our very first video, question number 3 in our second video. Now we're going to solve the last question, that was question number 4 from the paper. So let us see what were the questions available in question number 4 and how to solve them. Okay, Measure Sai Associate is registered in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So I'll just underline that. Provide following detail for the month of April. As the business is commenced on 14th April, there is no opening balance of electronic credit ledger. Remember, wherever opening balance of electronic credit ledger, this statement is given, it will always be calculation of payment of GST topic. Okay, where the sum will be divided in basically in 3 or max in 4 parts. Okay, where first we will always find the value of supply, that is tax on supply. Then we find ITC, that is tax on purchase. Then we subtract them, we try to find the net liability or excess credit. If there is any excess credit, meaning excess tax which is paid, you can use it to set off the others. Okay. In the question they're giving you calculate the net tax liability for the month of April, and then they're giving you the transaction. So first step, always check how many transactions are available of supply or sales. Sold goods, sold goods, sold goods. For purchase, no. Provided, yes, that is given service. Availed, avail meaning purchase. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 transactions are related to supply or sales. Okay, so step number 1, calculation of tax liability for the month. Okay, we have 5 supply. The supply sold goods in Meerut, in Bareilly, Mathura, Agra, and provided services in Indore, MP. These are the 5 transactions that we need to note down in our particulars. After that, the columns will be calculation, IGST, CGST, and SGST. Number 1. Now always remember, if the person is registered in Uttar Pradesh. Now if he is selling or purchasing in the same state, your GST gets split up in the form of CGST and SGST. If they are from two different states, directly IGST. Okay. Now Sai associate is from Uttar Pradesh, selling goods in UP, in Meerut, that is again from same Uttar Pradesh. So they are from the same state. If same state, that amount 1,75,000 and the GST rate was given as 12%, so it will get split in 6% each. So it will become 1,75,000 into 6%. 6% will go in CGST and the remaining 6% will go in, and the next 6% will go in SGST. So 1,75,000 into 6% is 10,500 each. Next, sold goods in Bareilly. Again, Bareilly is in UP, same state. So 2,50,000. The rate given is 5%. So it will become 2.5% each. So 2,50,000 into 2.5% each will go in CGST and SGST, which comes to 6250. Next is Mathura, sold goods to Mathura. In Mathura, again, it is in part of UP. 28%, so it becomes 14%. 4,25,000 into 14% goes to, split. 59,500 will go in CGST, 59,500 will go in SGST. Agra, UP, again in the same state, 5 lakh into 18% is given, so we'll take 9% each. So 9%, 45,000 goes in CGST, 45,000 go in SGST. Last is Indore, MP. Now, not from they are from different states. So if different state, we take the entire rate, 5% GST, the entire 5% will go in IGST. So 4,80,000 ka 5%, 25,000, 24,000 in complete IGST ka column. So we took all the supply, did the calculation, same state, we broke the GST in half. Different state, we took it as complete IGST. Now next step, last, total it up. So it will come 24,000 for IGST. CGST ka total is 121,250 and same goes to 121,250 in your SGST. So keep in mind these total, okay, 24,000, 1,21,250 and 1,21,250. It will be used in our third step. This was on supply. Now we'll have to take everything on purchases, or okay, the ITC, basically called as ITC. So ITC may we have 1, 2 and 3. We have 3 itineraries there, okay. So 3 itineraries. So I wrote here purchase goods at 80% from Mumbai, avail services from Kanpur and avail services from Patna. Okay, so this is not sold, it was misprint, so it was purchase. Okay, Now again, same thing. If it is from same state, tax will get divided in two parts. Different state, one direct IGST. So purchase goods from Mumbai, 6,30,000. Mumbai and Uttar Pradesh different states. So entire 18% on 630, which comes to 1,13,400 in IGST. Avail service of 12% GST from Kanpur, UP. UP. So again, 12% will get divided in two halves. So it will become 6% each. 7 lakh into 6%. 42,000 goes in CGST. 42 will go in SGST. And again availed from Patna, Bihar. Okay, so now again Patna, Bihar. Okay, the entire the 90,000 ka entire 28% because different state. Okay, the entire 28% will go to IGST. Okay, once we have done that, again totaling, we need to total IGST which comes to 138,600, 42,000 and 42,000. Again, remember these values. Now, third step. Here we are trying to find the net liability or excess credit available. Okay, so the format is step number A, that was calculation of tax on supply, less opening balance of electronic credit ledger, less ITC. Okay, these are the three things which you have to remember in our step number 3. So calculation of net tax liability, we have tax payable, that is step A. Less opening credit balance, less ITC will give you net tax payable or excess credit available. Tax payable meaning our very first step ka total, which was 24,000, 121,250, 121,250. Less opening balance of electronic credit ledger. Now they have told you there is no opening balance, so it will be nil nil nil. Less ITC, that is the second step ka what we got the totals, which came to 138,600, 42,000 and 42,000. So opening, so first value minus all the remaining two values, so we get 24,000 minus. So these are all less, so these are all negative values. So we get the value as the first value will be negative 1,14,600, positive 79,250 and positive 79,250. Now remember here, if you get a negative amount, it means you have paid tax more than which was required. If the amount remains positive, it means that is this amount you still have to pay. That's your liability. So negative means excess credit, positive means liability. Okay, so now since IGST is excess, so now what we can do, we can adjust this credit. Whatever is extra, you can use it to pay off others. So the rule is IGST can be used to pay both CGST and SGST. CGST can only be used to pay off IGST, and SGST also can be only used to pay IGST. Internally, CGST and SGST cannot be paid off. Okay, so it is either from left to right or right to left. Okay, one of them. So now your IGST is excess, so we'll use IGST to clear out first CGST, and thereafter whatever amount remains, we will use it to clear out SGST. Okay, so step number 4, last step will be adjustment of excess credit available in IGST, CGST, and SGST. So first step will be net tax payable or excess credit available. That is the final total what we just now got. So negative 114,600, 79,250, 79,250. Step number 1, I will first clear out 79,250 of CGST from IGST. So I'll write IGST adjusted against CGST, 79,250 minus 79,250. Okay. Next, so so now CGST is done. Okay, so 114,600 minus 79,250. When you minus, you get balance of 35,350 only. So now this 35,350 we will use it. Okay, we will use it to clear out SGST. So I'll write here 35,350 and I will clear the 35,350 from SGST. I will subtract finally. So my IGST becomes nil. CGST became nil. SGST is still positive value of 43,900. Okay. So if it is positive, that will become my final net tax payable. I cannot go further because that's it. There's no more excess available. With that, the particular sum comes to an. So these are the 4 steps that you have to remember while solving the sum based on payment of GST or net tax liability, calculation of net tax liability. So this was the first sum, question number 4A. Now let us check the next sum which was available in this question number 4. So question number 4B states that Mr. Harshal states the following transaction of his business in Gujarat. Is he liable to get registered under GST? If yes, from when? Okay. Since Mr. Harshal is from Gujarat, Gujarat comes under other category. So other category ka registration ka rule is if the person is only dealing in goods, The threshold limit is 40 lakhs. If he is only dealing in services, it is 20 lakhs. And if he's dealing in goods and services both, then again it is 20 lakhs. So looking at the question, I can see there are goods and there are service. So both are there. So the limit is of 20 lakhs. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. Now we note down this table as it is, along with one extra column called as cumulative total. Okay, so goods supply. Now what all things can come again? You need to only take turnover, average turnover. Okay, average turnover. So we need to first not average. We need to find the aggregate turnover. So only supply. So what all things can come under supply? Okay, so first we'll note it and then I'll show you that other part. Okay, supplied to Surat, yes. Goods supplied to Baroda, yes. Goods purchased, no. Purchase cannot come. Again, services avail mean you have taken purchase, so cannot come. Provided, yes, it's like a supply. Goods supplied, yes, and goods provided again, yes. So in total, we have 5 transactions. So we note down all the 5 transactions here with those amounts, and now we need to find the cumulative turnover. That is zigzag adding. So we take the first number as it is, so 7,50,000 as it is. 750 plus 2,70,000, that comes to 1020. 1020 plus 680 comes to 17. 17 plus 830 comes to 2530, and lastly comes to 29 lakhs. Now you have to check when does this 20 lakh threshold is met. So if I see, if we have already made a box, it had gone over 20 lakh, the turnover went over 20 lakhs, or the amount came to 25 lakh, and it is on the date 13 December 2017. So once it crosses the threshold limit, from that date, the person will be liable to register under GST. So in the final statement, I can write that since the aggregate turnover exceeds 20 lakh, Mr. Arshil is required to get registered under GST from that date, which is the turnover exceed limit, that is from 13 December 2017. Very simple. Okay, so this is how some based on registration need to be solved. Okay, so with this, question number 4A and 4B was done. Now there was only one last question which was remaining from this particular paper. So let us see what is that. Following is the information for the month of July. Opening balance of electronic credit ledger is given, tax liability is given, and input tax is given. So now this is again similar to payment of GST, but here they have already solved and given you all the 3 step ka values. So they are asking you to calculate the net tax liability for the month of July. So the net tax liability ka format will be tax liability less opening balance less ITC will give you the balance. So we will note down that balance first. Tax payable, which is given as 13 lakh 2,100, 5 lakh 44,000, 5 lakh 44,000, less opening balance of electronic credit ledger, which is 3 lakh 78,472,070 and 568,020. Less ITC, that is 539,600, 144,950 and 144,950. We will subtract, so we'll subtract the first value with the remaining two because they both are less, so I'll just put it as less column. So the amount that we should get is, when after minusing, we should get the value as 3,84,500, negative 73,020 and negative 1,68,970. Okay, so now this particular thing means that here your CGST and SGST is higher. Okay, so if it is higher, what we can do here is now CGST ka whatever is excess, I can use it to clear IGST, and SGST ka also whatever is excess, we can use both to clear out IGST. So we'll go with the next step. Adjustment of excess credit available. First of all, whatever was the balance what we had got, 3,84,500, negative 73,20 and negative 168,970. Step number 1, I will adjust CGST for IGST. So this 73,20 I will subtract from IGST. Next 168,970 I will use that also to clear out IGST. Okay, so IGST also SGST also becomes nil. So my final answer will be 3,84,500 minus 73,20 minus 168,970, which comes to positive 1,42,510. CGST becomes nil and SGST becomes nil. So I cannot go further than this. This is my final answer. Net tax payable is under IGST amounting to 1,42,510. Okay, so this is how you'll have to solve the first part of this sum. The second part, The due date for payment of tax was 20th August. However, Mr. Pranay made the payment on 25th August. So if you look carefully, there is 5 days ka delay in payment of interest, in payment of tax. So 5 days ka penalty will be charged. Penalty will be 18%. So let us see how to calculate. So calculation of interest payable. Okay, delay in making payment is only 5 days. So calculation will be, okay, calculation will be, so look here, okay, amount which was paid, amount which you had to pay was 142,510. So it will be 1,42,510 into 18%, because 18% is the rate of interest, and 5 divided by 365 because only for 5 days. When you calculate your finance interest payable amount will come to rupees 351. Okay, so this is how you all had to solve the sum based on net tax liability and interest payable, calculation of interest payable when there is a penalty. Okay, so with that we were able to completely solve question number 4, and we have actually solved the entire question paper with all the practical sum. Okay, I hope everyone have understood that. Chalo, with that we will be ending this video here. Thank you.